want to talk a little bit about some stuff going on. Uh, Basically, some Star Wars, just again, more with the Disney announcements. Yeah, I'm tired. It snowed, gotta take the dog out, and I'm in the process of baking a megaton of cookies. So, and no, you can't get any. And I'm kind of tired right now. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about this. So, we've got two obvious Kathleen Kennedy vehicles: the Children of Blood and Bone and the Hedlund mistake. But really, you know, I want you to look at it this way. Who's really leading Lucasfilm? Is it her? Hi, Frank. Is it her? Or is nobody leading Lucasfilm? And I don't think, to be honest, I don't think anybody is leading Lucasfilm. Okay, I really, really don't. And yes, I look tired. Okay, don't go there. I don't really think anybody is. You can obviously see by the different shows they're talking about the the camps, and you know, the Lando thing. I'm gonna bet anybody any money that the person who wrote it. I didn't say that, Sky Talker. I said there's no one leading Lucasfilm. No one. No one. If you look at her body language, she did not want to be there. When she talked about Hayden Christensen, she looked like she was spitting nails. She was pretty much upset and angry, and I'm taking that to the bank. With that, it's very strange. Indiana Jones 5. Is she a producer for that, or is she an executive? Now, I was told by somebody that they'd taken it away from her. Hey, Jedi. Hey, Trayla. But, you know, again, we all get told a lot of things. This is why when you hear Doomcock's like, this is going to happen, and that's nice. All right, but we've all been down the happy path of bullshit before. Okay, and between me and the brick wall, I'm never saying another word until it's real. Okay, until it's real. But I can tell you this: she did not want to announce Hayden Christensen, and she did not want to be the one standing up there. Makes you wonder. All right, do I think there's still a civil war going on at Lucasfilm? Yeah. Why won't Disney do anything about it? Well, that's a question you all can ask among yourselves, because I'm, you know, that shit would have lasted 5 seconds with me, and there would have been people fired. All right, period, full stop. I mean, I would have gone Miranda Priestley on them and said, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired." You know, who? What is this? But anyway, but I do want to talk a little bit about now. People are screeching that these shows prove that the ST is not going to be decanonized. How in the fuck do they know that? Have people become clairvoyant now? Or is it just trying to be cool for a certain group of people that have big channels and big followers on Twitter? I mean, it's amazing the seriousness people take Twitter. Why, I don't know. But I don't see anything that says sequel trilogy in this grouping of shows. I don't see any sequel trilogy characters. There's no Rey show. There's no Poe show. There's no Finn show. There's no Kyle Ron the Fuckstick show. Nothing. So, where do you get this? Oh, I remember. You want that Australian dude with the big mouth and the narcissistic personality disorder to pay attention to you. Okay, great. We got that straightened out. Awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of ranting right now because I'm so sick and tired of this bullshit. Let it play out. I saw the Veil of the Force in the Ahsoka thing. The Rangers thing with I guess Cara Dune is going to be in it, or she's getting her own show. But there's a feeling that the Ahsoka thing, the Rangers thing, and Mandalorian are going to come full head at the end. And that's going to be the big climax. Kind of like MCU, but it's smarter than MCU. There's an intelligence about this, okay? There isn't just a bunch of stupid, just a bunch of hormonal advanced guys and girls putting out stupid. I hate superhero movies. I don't know if Rogue Squadron is not. Now, Rogue Squadron might be interesting. I don't know. I'm more interested to see where they're going to take Ahsoka, where they're going to take that Rangers thing. I guess Bo-Katan is going to have her own, which if she does, I gotta say, it's probably going to end up being part of that big climax. So we're just going to watch. A lot of the big channels are like, well, they're going to make Ahsoka the main focus of the. As long as in the end, it kills the sequel trilogy, I have no fucks to give. Let's talk about what's going on in politics. So today, states get to seat their electors. Rumor, PA has 2 sets of electors. Rumor 2, and this is actually something I got in the news. Georgia is seating 2 sets of electors. Nevada now is talking about it. And then we got Joe Biden coming on TV, probably telling us, oh, we should unite with them. It's like, fuck off, you pervert. Fuck you, fuck your unity. You've called us racist, bigots, homophobes, every SJW epithet that you fucking fuckers on the left can come up with. If you honestly think I'm going to unite with you, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. I'm not. Nobody who is cheated, who is disenfranchised, should unite with any Democrat. Okay? And this is far from over. There's stuff going on. I can't. The rumor that Assange was going to be pardoned. I kind of wish they would do that, but he no, that was fake. But kind of want to talk a little bit about that because this is going to get really confusing for a lot of people. Of course they do, Sky Talker. Of course they do. They're not going to, but they want to. Anyway, what else? Nothing really. I was just like going, I'm really kind of sick and tired of the same old whining and bitching and moaning from the fandom menace. All right? You have something up there. Some of it looks good. Some of it looks bad. People should be capable of reading between the lines, and they're not. I blame their teachers. Kennedy looked uncomfortable. She looked stiff. She looked unhappy. When she said Hayden Christensen's name, it was like she was chewing glass. She doesn't want him back. As far as she's concerned, he's a cuck. An angry, evil white guy. Of course, she's married to one, but, and it is just real. Hey, Pocket, it's just real hard for me to look at that and see anything that says anything really. And I'm going to tell you something else. Dave Filoni is not the one in charge of this. He's got one show for sure, and that's Ahsoka, and that's it. And being an executive producer, despite what many want to believe, is a meaningless position on anything. He writes a little bit for The Mandalorian. He's done some direction, but he's under the auspices of the guy who's actually running the show, Jon Favreau. So Jon Favreau is the one you guys should be watching because it's not the Filoni-verse, it's the Favreau-verse. Okay? You guys just ignore him completely. It's like Dave Filoni says something stupid. So Sky Talker? Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get mad. Our side is as bad as their side. This is the thing that pisses me off. I don't give a shit if somebody's a Democrat. I fucking don't care. It doesn't matter. Do they do good work? Yes, they do. So please stop complaining about their personal politics. I've never felt betrayed or belittled by anything that Jon Favreau has said. And oh, by the way, there's a leftist, a columnist named Jon Favreau, whom you might actually be confusing with him. Jon Favreau's never said anything political. George Lucas has, but it's never been in the way that pisses everybody off, okay? So please, stop it, okay? We're acting as bad as they do. And I hate that. It hurts the film industry when they do it. Yeah, well, you should check into it. Anyway, thank you for interrupting me because now I completely forgot my train of thought. Jon Favreau is the guy running, I think, this whole thing. Okay? I think the Cassian Andor thing is out there. Don't know why. The Obi-Wan thing's a one-shot deal. Boba Fett's a one-shot deal. Ahsoka could be a one-shot deal. They all could just be like short 1 or 2 season shows. But eventually they're all going to end up, at least a few of them are going to end up coalescing in one big thing. So my thing is, guys, stop reading too much into things. I mean, I saw the Veil of the Force in the Ahsoka thing. It looked actually like the portal, the gate, without the Loth Wolves. Okay. So we'll just have to see. All right? But don't jump ahead of yourselves. Now, I am going to say this. When you have someone putting things out there just for rage porn, and you know that their channel's been monetized, they're doing it for clicks, they're doing it for money. A lot of people make money only on YouTube. I know Mike Zero makes a lot of money on YouTube. A lot. And, you know, if that's the way you want to you earn a living, fine. But it kind of makes me, as someone who wants to read the truth and hear the truth and not get caught up in clickbait wars and rage porn, it kind of makes me go, when I see it on my YouTube channel, it's hard to get the real news out. I'm on Rumble. I don't know how to use it yet, but I'm on Rumble. And I do have a BitChute thing, and I put a video up there, but I'm not. They kind of bent the knee to the rage mob, so I'm kind of like not happy with them now. But we'll see. But anyway, so if you know someone's making a lot of money on this, and they've got merchandise line on the whole nine, that's fine. But remember that. All right, I'm not making a dime on this, and I would never make a dime on this because, to me, I want to be as authentic and as genuine as I can be. Okay, I want to be authentic, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But I never want people to think that I'm there just throwing this shit up on the wall so I can earn my $150 check or whatever you get a week from YouTube. All right. So, and that's the thing is I'm not happy with a lot of these people at all, but I understand it. Okay. I understand them, which is why I am not saying a word about is Kennedy gone or not. Because, to be honest, you get one thing out there and it says she's staying, and it's like, Everybody freaks out. How do you know she's staying just because that thing said it? How do you know she's not staying? There's no official word. Disney's not going to tell you. They'll never tell you a goddamn thing. Another thing. We got this covered, put a bogus story out about Gina Carano being forced to apologize to SJWs by Disney. We got this covered. Everybody with a big channel jumped on it. I'm like, we got this covered as now news now. This is a legit source. And from what I can tell, Gina Carano hasn't said a damn word to them. So she hasn't said, I'm sorry to anybody. In fact, she doubled down. And she's been doubling down. So, you know, Mandalorian is a good show. It really is Star Wars. And I know a lot of people who are, I think, obsessed with Lucas not being involved because then it kind of kills their feelings that he hates everything that has to do with Disney, in their line of belief. We can see George Lucas is all over that, all over Mandalorian. I mean, it real. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lucas is heavily involved. Lucas is heavily involved, from the scripts to the way it looks, to the starkness of it, to the names that they're giving people. And to be honest, Grogu, to me, that's George Lucas. I mean, that's, you take away the E's from George, and you take the L, the C, and the S, and the A from Lucas, and you got Grogu. Okay. So yeah, I think that he's very heavily involved. In fact, there's a rumor out there that he wanted a Star Wars universe, a Star Wars verse. You know, looks like that's happening. And if you guys forget that he was actually pretty involved in Rogue One. Okay. So anyway, I kind of wanted to jump in and say hi. And the electors meet today to vote, and I don't know what the fuck is happening now. It's all like, shh. And you know, you got Biden going up there making a nationwide speech, pretending to be president-elect, and it's like, welcome to 2020, the year the Democrats fucked up on purpose. All right, and I say this as an unaffiliated voter. Well, I gotta tell you, whatever's going to happen on the 18th of June, the 18th of December, is going to be not mild. So Friday is going to be interesting. If whatever happens, which I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about that, and talk a little bit about Mandalorian and the shows that were up on the docket there. And I'm going to let you go after this. I honestly don't think Leslie Headland's show's ever going to see the light of day. I don't think that Children of Blood and Bone is either. I really do think something is coming as far as the U.S. political landscape. And, Sky Talker, I don't see where the money's going to come from. Disney can't afford it. You know, they threw all these shows up there, and the only ones I know for sure they're making are Kenobi, Mandalorian, and Ahsoka. That's it. Oh, and Indy 5, which I haven't even touched. All right, gone a little longer. Indy 5. Yes, Harrison Ford is going to play a very old Indiana Jones. I look at age as being a number. I'm 52 years old. Okay. I can outride, outshoot, and outwork out any 25-year-old. In fact, most 25-year-olds I know are morbidly obese fat pigs. Okay, there you go. Years ago, when my husband was a lieutenant colonel in command, he would take his battalion out for a Friday run. And those guys were 18, 19, 20-year-old recruits, right? He would outrun them. Him and his sergeant major would just decimate them because they don't know how to run. So next time you see some ageist little millennial making snide comments about an older person, just remember what I said. That guy could probably kick your ass every which way but loose, you little brat. There. So he's going to be in the movie as Indy. James Mangold is directing. Obviously, they have a good, at least a decent script. Kennedy is executive producer. Okay, again, what does an executive producer do on a movie? Nothing. J.J. Abrams was an executive producer for The Last Jedi. Nothing. He did nothing for that movie. So, duh. But her husband is definitely producing. Spielberg is executive producing too. And I do believe he left making the movie, not because of any other reason than no, Michael, they don't do anything. That he left directing the movie because of Kennedy's battle with Lucas. And I'll tell you something, girls. You never get in between a guy and his best friend. He will choose his best friend every time. Guys are better friends to their friends than women are to their friends. Right? A little bit of knowledge thrown at you. So, I guess it's going to be made. It's really just gravels my ass when I see 25-year-old scumbag mocking Harrison Ford for his age. I remember when they made Blade Runner 2049, and there's that behind the scenes thing where in the movie where Harrison hits what's his face in the mouth. He really did hit him and almost knocked him right on his ass. In fact, if Josh, what is his name? I can't remember his name. This is how memorable these new millennial actors are to me. I'm like, who are you again? You suck. Who are you again? He knocked him on his ass. If the guy hadn't been standing balanced, he'd have been sitting on his butt. So that old man is an ass-kicking dude, and he's in incredible shape. So it really pisses me off. It's so disrespectful. It's like, the thing I love about these little pricks is that they think they're never going to be 78 years old. They think they're actually going to be 25, for eternity. No, you're not. You're not. Okay? When I was 25, I had already had enough. No, they're not going to de-age them. It's going to be taking place in the early 70s. So who knows what it's going to be about, but it should be pretty good. I would hope the bad guys would be the Red Chinese, but I guarantee you Hollywood won't do that. We got to make money there. Anyway. All right, so I'm going to rock. Want to say hi. And I wanted to stop by and do whatever. I got to take the dog to the park. It stopped snowing. We're supposed to get 10 inches on Wednesday, which for the dog's sake, I can't wait. He's going to go nuts. Thank you, Michael. Please get other people to subscribe because YouTube's fucking with me right now. I really can't wait for the dog to see an actual real snowstorm. He was looking around this morning like, Oh, I'll get him. I'll get Kojak on Wednesday. You bet you bet. All right. So anyway, smash the like button, and I'm gonna rock and roll. I'll talk to y'all later. See you around the galaxy.